Chicago.
Hello fellow gamers, we're on our way to Chicago, but before we get there we need to go via hyperbolic shitstorm train because it looks like we are yet again in the midst of another catastrophe from WatchDogs, because the news has come out about the resolution, and you know, I'm a little bit sad myself in terms of a actual downgrade, ironically, in the public eye now, based on what's happened this week. The irony of this is not lost on me, and I'm sure on many people as well. Sony announcing the full 1080 60 frames per second on their website, and then less than a week later Ubisoft coming out and saying it's actually 900p and 30 frames per second on said console. It's obviously a bit of a strange one. There's various reasons, and I'm not on the development team, so I couldn't tell you reasons why, where, without any categoric knowledge. It's just guesswork at this point, and there's a lot of that going on everywhere, all over the internet. People are armchair developing left, right and centre, telling people what's where and reasons why this game has gone this way. We'll come into that a little bit later in the video, but what this is about really is just getting the negative side of it out of the way quite quickly. What the hell, Ubisoft? Seriously, what the hell, Sony? It's a strange turn of events. I do not believe that Sony made that announcement on that website as a PR mistake. It just did not happen. It wasn't somebody making a typo on a website. There is some reason why this game has been downgraded. I've personally seen high quality video that I've looked at and pixel counted, and it is 1080. There has been footage shown, including this footage in front of me, which has 1080 footage contained therein, which could very well be the cutscenes and could be a high-spec PC version running. The issue is the miscommunication and the lack of honesty with what's going on, and how very carte blanche and irrelevant it was made by Jonathan Moran, which is strange because the guy's very switched on in Twitter. He's very aware of the passion and the lust for this game, and it is a visually pleasing game. It's an open world game that's got a lot going on. Now, he's right in what he said. Resolution is nothing but a number, as frame rate is, but it comes across very negatively and very dismissive of what the issue is. The issue isn't that. The issue is the message and the mixed messages that have come out of this game since its announcement way back in 2012. And this is just another example of the disorganisation that's going on within Ubisoft. Somebody at Ubisoft, somewhere at Ubisoft, this game has been demonstrated to people in the public eye in retail events, and it's been seen running at higher than 30 frames per second. You know, people are saying 60, but no one's actually getting fraps on it and counting it. So it's probably an unlocked frame rate, and it was running at 1080p. Now, this could all be the fact that people have been saying this. You know, like I said before, I've heard it. Other people have heard it. It's been seen in the public eye. This is not an unknown situation that's happened. What is strange is so late in the launch cycle, this has happened. My turn on this is, they've obviously got situations in the game where the frame rate's chugging. I would imagine there's chugging and tearing going on, and you know, even in the PS4 version, that's probably happened with the frame rate. So what they've done, well, they've taken the drastic decision that here they are making this game. They've got to launch it, easiest win, cut the resolution. People are going to hang their hats on a day one patch. I wouldn't hang your hat on that at all. I would literally wait and see what happens. It's a 6-month delay. If they couldn't get to the point of getting a solid 30 frames and 1080 out of it at that point, they're not going to do it in the next 2 weeks. It's just not going to happen. The game would have gone gold now. It would already be boxed up and sitting in warehouses all over the country, all over the world, in fact, ready to be shipped to our eager little hands to stick them in our machines. Now, there'll be a day one patch, that's for definite. What that day one patch will contain, God only knows. Probably the AA solution or whatever else they're going to touch on the game. I wouldn't worry too much about the resolution, and I'll go through that in a little bit more detail. But again, it does disappoint me that we've got a massive corporation on such a massive game as Watch Dogs, and we're still getting these kind of dysfunctional and confusing messages and mixed messages and last minute changes to stuff. The honesty would be far better to come out. They've kind of hid under a bushel and then slightly on the side just gone, well, yeah, it's 900 and it's 792 and that's all there is to it, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's not good. The way it's been delivered is not good, and I'm not happy with how that's done. Let's get all the negative stuff out of the way. Hopefully I didn't drag on too long for that. Let's get in some positive stuff now. It's Watch Dogs, people. Come on. This game is not about the graphics simply. And let's also put that in perspective. The graphics aren't all of a sudden going to look like a big shower of shit just because somebody has dropped the resolution down. Yes, it'll look a bit jagged, yes, you'll get a little bit of aliasing on edges, but the game will look the same as you're seeing before you on the Xbox One and on the PS4. Now, there will be a resolution difference between the two of them, as we always thought there would be, and that's understandable, and there's going to be a difference between those and the PC version. But there will not be a fundamental difference between the PC version and the Xbox One version. I don't care what anyone jumps in and says, there is not going to be a difference. If you're completely obsessed with IQ and you literally want the highest, crispest image you can ever get, then there's no option. You have to get yourself a £1,000 PC, whack on SLI setup and run it to your heart's content. Is it going to make the game any better? No. Are you going to run it on a high definition 4K machine? If you are, then great, you're going to get an amazingly crisp image. You're probably going to notice the texture resolution far more, and you're probably going to stand out and notice a lot of the rough edges of the game. So it's not as if it's going to make a huge amount of difference, but people will always see that and people will always think that. And there's a lot of noise at the moment about frame rate and about resolution in this generation, and that's always been there, but it's obviously far more consistent at this point. So let's get a few myths and a few facts out of the way. This game doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. There will be thousands and thousands of people that worked on this game over the course of the last 6 years, and a lot of those people would have been and will probably still be working late into the night, busting their balls to try and deliver the best game they can for all of us to play. So let's not forget and let's not decry the hard work they've put in. The other thing to remember is Ubisoft is, if not the biggest, one of the biggest developers there is for video games, and they have a very diverse and split off development schedule team working across all sides of the country, all sides of the world. This game was not made by a team of X in one room over the course of 6 years. It was made by a team of X plus to X plus 10. So people work on different aspects of the game at this level. The normal aspect of game development is you get a small team that starts the game off, they build the concept, then you get a larger team that comes in and creates all the asset, the content, the sound, everything else, and then that kind of drips off into a smaller team at the end. They finish off the game, iron out the bugs, play test it, finish off the last aspects of the game, and then they launch it to the public and away you go. This won't work that way. This is Ubisoft. This is a game that will be designed and built over such a long period of time. You will have people that will never would have seen the additional content in the game. There's just going to be so many parts of this game that weren't seen. The coders will be working on different aspects of the team, the designers, the graphic designers, the sound designers, and it all comes together in a package very close to the end. If you guys ever get a chance to see it, there's quite a good article on Assassin's Creed 3 and the tumultuous time that game had during development. In fact, it was quite a disaster in some ways, and this game has that similar feel to it. So let's all keep our meltdowns for our PS4s or Xbox Ones. But now, on a serious note, let's touch on the issue that's plaguing a lot of people now, which is the fact that the game isn't worth this kind of cut because it doesn't look as nice as Second Son, it doesn't look as nice as Rise, it doesn't look as nice as Killzone. We don't know the reasons why that is. I don't know the reasons why that is. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt, shall we? As it stands, we have got a game that the developers, and let's be honest, these are the best people that know what is capable and what is possible on these machines at this point. This is a game that is completely systemic. It is designed from the ground up to allow you to make your own decisions during the game, to play through in your own style. You can go gung-ho into a mission, you can go silent, you can go sneaky, you can hack in and never enter the building. It's got a completely online integrated experience running with all the NPCs in the city. It's all going to take effect on the process. There's also so many other aspects of the game. Splitting your team so thin across such a diverse amount of platforms is never going to help. Making an engine that's scalable at this level is never going to help. They have made the right decision because they see it as the right decision. Therefore, we should all accept it, stop all this bitching and moaning and crying on the internet, and let's look forward to playing this game, the reason we got into it in the first place. The other thing is, let's take this resolution thing to the extreme. Resolution is getting a lot of stick at the moment, and people are getting hung up on the fact that it's not 1080, therefore it's crap. We play games, we love games, you know. We were all playing Sonic the Hedgehog or Super Mario, and it was 480 at best, it was 240 in fact. But these games drew us in to consoles, they drew us into PCs, they drew us into playing games. But back then, it was fun, and it's still fun now. You don't need to get hung up on resolution. And resolution doesn't make your game look pretty. Let's put that in perspective. As you see before you, this is Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One. This is running at 720p, so this is running slightly lower resolution than what WatchDogs is going to run, but let's not get too hung up on the difference between those two. Looks great, fun game, bit jagged, bit rough, plays really well, looks really great, got all the effects that you had on the other version. This is the PS4 version. It's 900p, the difference is about the same you're going to see in WatchDogs. Are you really telling me that that's going to ruin your game, looking at the difference between that and this? Because I don't think it is, and I think if you honestly ask yourself now, that's not going to make the difference. But let's go to the other extreme. This is the PC version. This is the ultimate ultra version, running at 1080 with a better AA solution. Does that look so much better that you'd have to play this one only? I don't think so. But it's the same game. It's not going to ruin your experience. The resolution in itself does not make your game look that much better. It's just part of it. Image quality is just a very small part of how good your game looks. A Super 4K version of Super Mario Brothers still looks like Super Mario Brothers. This is Dead Space 3 on the PC running at ultra settings with full 1080. Looks gorgeous, looks nice and clean. But does it really look better than Rise on the Xbox One? Honestly, no one can tell me that it does, because it doesn't. Now Rise is running 900p. So how is this game looking so much better? There's a huge amount of reasons why it does. There's a physical based shader for one. There's a subsurface scattering. There's the lighting engine in the model. There's the animation. There's the post-processing effects like DOF, bokeh and chromatic arbitration. There's a very good and very strong temporal AA solution along with the standard AA solution in there. There's just a huge amount of reasons why this game completely blows Dead Space 3 into the weeds. And that's 1080. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Do not get yourself hung up on saying because a game is X resolution, it is worse looking than Y resolution. Visual and art style is going to be a very large part of video games going forward and in this generation. You're going to see very varied aspects of visual style. You'll have things like this, which is Sunset Overdrive on the Xbox One. It's running 900p. Who cares? The game looks stunning.
Getting around just got a whole lot easier.
You've got the Order 1886, which is stunning CG level visuals that just looks like something that Pixar would generate, and it really is the pinnacle of visual fidelity. It's running at 1080, or it's running at 1920 by 800 because it's running at anamorphic setting just like you would get on a Blu-ray movie with the black borders top and bottom, which in itself created a massive amount of shitstorm when it happened, and it will again when the game launches. And it's just this kind of noise that distracts from what we do. We play games. It's not about how many pixels it's pushing or how many polygons it's pushing. I'm the biggest person who loves visual fidelity and gets into graphics, but it doesn't make the game, it just adds to the game. And this game, as you can see before you, WatchDogs is delivering on a visual level that allows us to get immersed and into the game. Let's be honest, the last generation of consoles were making graphics that were good enough to get us into the games. Gears of War 3, Halo 4, Uncharted series. I mean, even the original Killzone 2 on the PS3 was, and still is, an astounding piece of technical ability. There's just so much noise and distraction that gets into these games, and admittedly Ubisoft and Sony have not helped themselves this time around, and I'm not going to give them a free pass, but let's all stop getting hung up on this and let's just look forward to playing this game, because I really think that soon enough we'll forget all about this. We'll all be online playing our games, and I'm hoping to do a Twitch stream when this game comes out as well, so I shall Twitch the PS4, the Xbox One and the PC. To give you the link to that, and I'll put the information for my Twitch account, the information at the bottom of the video. Anyway, I'm aware that I've dragged it on too long. Hopefully I wanted to get you guys back into the feel of the game. We're only a few weeks away from launch now. Aiden Pearce's story needs to be told. We need to play it. We need to feel it, and I want you guys to join in online and play. So I'll be putting my gamer tag up. Please, if you want to join me online when the game comes out, decryption match together, more than up for that. Add me on Steam if you want to play it on the PC. PSN, Xbox Live. You know, as much as I can, I'll play with you guys. I want to get involved. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're all still looking forward to Watch Dogs and you've not done the pre-order cancelled now, and now that we've not got the resolution that we expected and the frame rate that we wanted. Let's all look past that. Let's look forward to playing this game on whatever platform you choose to play it on. Anyway, that's quite enough of me waffling on. This video has been put out just basically to cheer you up and get you back in the mood of the game and get rid of all that negativity that's come out from the frame rate and the resolution stuff. This game is not going to be perfect. There's going to be bugs, there's going to be glitches. I'm damn sure of that. It's a cross-gen game. It's going to have the limitations of that cross-gen game, but that does not distract from the fact that it's going to be an amazing game to play. The game at night, in the rain, in the city, with the lighting, it's all going to look absolutely stupendous. The water, the physics, the reactions in the city, these are all things to look forward to. The systemic side of the game, the online interaction, the free roam mode and the decryption mode that are exclusive to the next gen and PC versions, and it has a storyline and a feel that drags all of us in and makes us interested in it. So, this is the last hoorah before the game launches. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it didn't go on too long. Please, as always, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, or if you did, leave a comment below. And if you can, subscribe, because it always helps. I need your guys' help. I need your feedback. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Twitch channel where I've got some videos up on there. And be sure to check back very soon at launch when I've got my head-to-heads and my detailed walkthroughs on this game, along with the all-important review. I'm sure you guys don't want to miss it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all very soon online in Watch Dogs.
I'm the one who decides your fate.
Jump! I didn't know!
It's time to end all this. I'm looking at the network as we speak.
You know, I've seen a lot of things that don't add up.
What the? Hey, you called me here.
What's wrong with you?
I wouldn't know where to begin.
When the lights go out, bad things tend to happen.